Yeah.
Oh,
Snap your neck.
better fall in line.
Yeah. There's another one. There's another one with dogs.
I see him. Oh,
Three dogs.
there's 3 of them. Good God.
Run.
No! Come on! The Dwayne Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Cock.
Yeah. Mr. My cheat day is literally a stack of pancakes as tall as me.
Mr. 90% audience review on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Say what you will about The Rock. His ability to just captivate an audience into watching subpar movies and somehow convince them that they're the greatest thing that's ever existed.
Dude, when I watched San Andreas, I was just like,
Yeah.
what can this man not do? You know,
It was the same thing with Skyscraper. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's ridiculous.
Yes. Yes, it is. But I will say this. He was a kid. He was amazing in Ballers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Ballers, he was just amazing.
There are perfect roles for everybody, but I wouldn't go out there on a limb to say that the man has range.
Not that much. Although, I will say his most dramatic role that he actually hit home with, to me, was Snitch.
Oh, yeah.
That one was actually really good.
Southland Tales was really out there, and he made it work.
Yeah, somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But for 15 years, we've heard that The Rock is going to play Black Adam. 15 years.
It's a long time.
And I remember back when it was announced in 2007, I was just like, that's actually not bad casting. I wonder how it's going to be. And we kept waiting and waiting. And eventually it became sort of like a vaporware thing, like with video games. Like,
Yeah.
We're never going to see it. I remember back when it was like 2015, 2016, everyone was just like, yeah, he's going to play Black Adam. Yeah, whatever. Well, and then Shazam came out.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was just like, oh, is this happening? And it wasn't really until Shazam was a hit that everything got fast-tracked.
Right.
And The Rock held on to it because he wanted to play Black Adam. But, it
should have tied into Shazam.
I
I'll go
think
ahead
it
and say
will
that.
eventually. But
It's bullshit that there was a push for it not to. And I think that he would have benefited better. Everything as a whole would have been better had it tied into the Shazam. Because Shazam was so good.
Well, there was actually a deleted scene at the end where they're all sitting in their chairs, and they all look around at the one that's empty. And it's like, wait, there's one empty. Mm-hmm. And then it's hinted at that that's Black Adam because, he's related to the Shazam family.
Right.
And I remember it was Darla who said, whoever he is, I will accept him and I will love him as a brother. And it's like, and I love that, but
You might want to walk that back.
yeah, but the movie, just for clarification, I have not seen the Black Adam movie, but leave it to the internet to spoil shit for me.
Oh, yeah, everything for that movie that would have been a surprise has been spoiled.
Oh, yeah, because the internet can't keep its fucking mouth shut. Thanks for that, by the way. Okay, not anyone out there who's... Okay, if you've kept your mouth shut about it, I appreciate you. But to that sect of the internet that cannot help but spoil things just because it makes them feel good about themselves and they can just go do whatever, just like, I ruined everything for everyone. I'm so fucking awesome. No, you're not. No, you're not. I hope that every single one of your toenails rots and falls off.
Gross.
And you develop herpes, but it's in the very center of your asshole that you can never fucking reach. No matter how much you wipe, no matter how much you scrape, you are never able to reach it, and it's just there forever. And you just never, ever, ever have any rest or any respite from it.
Story of my life. You just sold out my whole book, Nate. What the hell?
Hey, man, I figured if someone was going to do it, it had to be me, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Land of the Lost 2. My quest to scratch the herpes in my asshole.
Oh, God. But Shazam 2 is coming out here soon. Shazam, I think Fury of the Gods is what it's called.
Let's do it.
And I can't wait to see that. And they're saying that Black Adam is going to tie into that.
I hope so.
Because they're saying that at the end of that, like the third Shazam movie will be Shazam versus Black Adam. And then the film after that would be Black Adam, I guess, his redemption arc. I don't know. But we'll see. But we have a death battle here. A lot of people have asked us for this death battle. Black Adam versus Apocalypse.
Ooh.
And Apocalypse, he's sort of a broken villain on the Marvel side because even if you kill him, there's still some modicum of him out there that will still respawn in somebody, take over that person, and then become unstoppable. Yeah, it's just how it is. But here we go. This is Black Adam versus Apocalypse, DC versus Marvel, death battle. Let's go.
Black Adam, DC's ferocious champion of Shazam.
Apocalypse, Marvel's baleful mutant conqueror.
Anubis, Thoth, Ra. For over 30 centuries, Egyptian mythology spawned countless legends.
And we've got comics' biggest baddies this side of the Nile. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I'm glad they didn't go with the pointy ears for...
Yeah.
Because that'd be a bit hokey.
You've heard of Gotham, the Mascara, Metropolis, just a few of DC's unique tourist spots.
But there's another. South of the Mediterranean Sea and north of the Sinai Peninsula rests the sovereign nation of Kahndaq.
While those spots have Superman and Batman solving crimes like it's magic, Kahndaq's got an actual magic man saving them. Black Adam.
Long ago, Teth Adam and his people were enslaved by the conqueror Ebok and his army of barbarians. All he had left was his nephew, Amon. Upon fleeing certain death, the two stumbled onto the Rock of Eternity, a mystic lair that has defended magic since the dawn of time. Here, the two earned an audience with the lair's masters, the excellently named Council of Wizards.
Seeing the purity in little Amon's heart, this wannabe Gandalf decked him out with super magic. And being the nice guy he is, Amon shared some magic power with his uncle. Spoiler alert! Not his best idea.
They returned to Kahndaq to free their people, but their methods reached an impasse. Amon wanted to use his powers to resolve matters in a peaceful fashion. However, Teth Adam desired vengeance, emancipation through slaughter.
So Uncle Teth sat his nephew down, man to man, looked him straight in the eyes, and then frickin' killed him. Then used his borrowed power to steal the rest of the super magic. You know what they say? No nephew, no problem.
With the full might of the
God, Boomstick, what the fuck?
Damn, dude.
That's cold.
wizards at his fingertips, Black Adam annihilated the barbarians and freed his city. Suffice to say, he's not exactly your typical hero.
Even the superhero A-listers don't try him, and for good reason. Kmart Merlin here didn't give Adam some nerdy wand, but that dope shit, the living lightning.
While it may function just like real lightning, this living lightning is among the most potent spells in comics history.
It's magic lightning. You ever see normal lightning kickstart a giant's heart and juice up the Flash? Because Black Adam's lightning did, and activating it is as easy as saying the magic word, Shazam! Wait, hold up, that's Billy's word. Shouldn't he shout like, Black Adam, or Shazoo?
Remember, Kmart Merlin? This is Mamaragan, the mightiest of the wizards. To better protect the multiverse's magic, he promotes individuals to be his mythic champions. Black Adam is one of the first. So kind of like Shazam with another name.
I like my idea better. Shazoo! It really lets you know you gotta be quiet, like when you're in a zoo or, the animals will kill you.
Yeah, Boomstick. I don't want any more, imagery of the monkey overlords, coming for us, because that movie fucked me up a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary.
Yeah. Or, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, just shit.
Wait, is that not a real thing? Can I talk at the zoo?
But when Teth Adam shouts his magic word, lightning pours from the clouds, transforming him from meager human to Wizard Jesus. and vice versa. Simply put, Black Adam is imbued with the powers of God. Well, gods, plural, as his gifts come from multiple mythological legends.
At first, he got juiced up from the Greek gods. Zeus, Atlas, Herc, all those buff guys and gals. But it didn't really work out though, cause he kinda died.
Yet Kahndaq craved for their hero's return. So Black Adam's most devoted followers collected all of his ashes and prayed their hearts out. This time to their own pantheon.
Goodbye, muscles, and hello, bird people. Black Adam was reborn, now with the powers of the Egyptian pantheon. Gods like Shu, Amun, and Horus gave Adam the basics: super strength, speed, flight, and an undying body. But the real magic's with the other three.
The power of Aten channels the living lightning throughout his entire body for combative purposes, and the wisdom of Zehuti improves Black Adam's strategic thinking.
It's a council of knowledge from the gods that clues Black Adam in on how to defeat his enemies. Like, for instance, when evil Joker Batman drove Billy mad, Billy went all King Shazam on Kahndaq. But guess what? Zehuti had Black Adam instinctively lead Billy into a trap to destroy his ass with the power of Sunday prayers. Hallelujah! Holy shit!
Where's the Tylenol?
Finally, the courage of Mehen. Besides minor healing and resistance to mental attacks, Mehen's power granted Black Adam an indomitable will.
It's got him through some really rough patches. His family, dead. His country, wasted. His wife got revived. She turned to stone. You can knock him down, sure, but he ain't staying there.
Mehen helped make Black Adam a non-wavering and decisive leader. The whole world can turn against him, but he would not care so long as Kahndaq is safe. To reach those ends, he's partnered with the Justice Society of America, the Society of Supervillains, and even the Justice League. Rubbed elbows with Superman one day and Lex the next.
So, is Black Adam a good guy or a bad guy?
Neither. Only the side that benefits his people matters. He's not concerned with morality, and his brash nature is frequently misunderstood. It's what led to the entire JSA jumping him. Twice.
And they still couldn't check him. Adam's just built that different.
Black Adam caused sandstorms with a single clap, pushed the moon, and killed the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
One time when space cultists came a-knocking on Earth, he fought side by side with his best bro, Sinestro. Afterward, when the Yellow Lanterns dipped and took their rings with them, Sinestro let Black Adam keep the one he got. Now that's a bromance. And can I just say, Black Adam makes a mean lightning tiger.
He murdered the Council of Wizards and later endangered Momorgan himself. And the Almighty Wizard's a part of the Quintessence, basically DC's gods who watch over the multiverse.
No surprise, since Black Adam effortlessly broke Spectre's body, another Quintessence person.
Sure, he's torn off Hawkman's wing and tried to kill Wonder Woman, but through the eyes of his people and loved ones, Black Adam is a hero. A moment's gaze from their idol is all they need to carry on living.
So invaders beware, no one's truly safe from the true, savage champion of Shazam. Ah shit, I was kinda hoping I'd transform there. Shazoo!
No. Ain't happening.
Let me tell you about one of my favorite graphic novels. It spells the end of all days, when madness reigns supreme and order is shattered. Mounted upon white horses, death, destruction, pestilence, and famine bring about a world anew. It gets dark as shit, like literally, and I'm there for it.
Are you talking about the Bible?
What? No, this is a Marvel comic. 5,000 years ago in Marvel Comics, the Egyptian Aqaba tribe birthed something terrible. An ugly child. To them, he was a demon, like a mix between Great Value Thanos and a box of chalk sticks. So they midnight dumpster babied his ass in the desert to die.
Luckily, Baal of the Crimson Sands tribe saw differently. Within this child, he saw a conqueror. He raised him as En Saba Nur, the morning light.
And above all, he taught him one major lesson. Only the strong survive.
Nur became a warrior, same as his peers, but his physical differences made his experience unique. He was stronger, smarter, and hated. Even to these people, he was an outsider.
Then the Pharaoh killed Baal and enslaved Nur. Dude had no one left on his side except for this chick who he had a thing for. But everyone he meets apparently just wants ugly people to die, even when he saves their life. Shit, just swipe right, girl. Goddamn.
And so he embraced
Agreed.
the perceived truth. If he was a monster, he would prove it. Betrayed by all and respected by none, if no one would care for En Sabah, they would all fear Apocalypse.
Long story short, he's a mutant. And not just a creepy looking dude like Beak over the... Oh, God, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Anyway, he's got superpowers and they're on a whole nother level.
He has inhuman physiology and intelligence, along with complete control over his molecular structure, allowing him to reshape and mold his body however he pleases.
Yeah, but I guess he's too proud to just, turn himself into Jason Momoa or something.
With a combination of his not-so-screwed tight tactical brain and prowess, Apocalypse conquered Egypt, leading it into a prosperous age with an iron fist and an ocean of blood. He'd then set his sights on the very world itself.
Just one problem. The world had a bunch of X-Men and Avengers running around stopping his world domination. To accomplish his big dream, Apocalypse needed something more.
But that would all change upon the arrival of a certain mutant messiah. Okay, so first, Apocalypse found some space tech that belonged to Celestials, basically Marvel's gods.
Despite its amazing potential, he wasn't able to make use of the technology until the time traveler Cable showed up to kill him. Instead, Cable accidentally infected Apocalypse with the techno-organic virus, a disease that turns organic matter to futuristic technology.
Turns out, this is exactly what Apocalypse needed to access the Celestial tech. With the promise that he would repay the Celestials later, he was bestowed a gem that would change the game forever. This is a Death Seed, a celestial artifact with the purpose of leading Earth into a higher evolved form. By injecting a Death Seed into someone, they are transfigured into one of Apocalypse's horsemen, a being of incredibly fatal power.
Don't forget about that techno-organic virus either.
Yeah.
Controlling the virus means controlling all technology with your mind. Cable couldn't tame it, but Apocalypse's power is so vast, he had no issues controlling it.
So, take a god pyramid, add a super tech virus, multiply the X gene, and what do you get? An Apocalypse who is unrecognizable from his meager past. With these three under his command, any superpower you can think of is now at his disposal.
Apocalypse can teleport, blast all sorts of energy, turn invisible, regenerate limbs, read minds, and friggin' fly.
There's a reason why Apocalypse is considered by many to be one of the most terrifying villains in all of comics, and I would say he's definitely up there in terms of his abilities and just what he's capable of. Jesus, I look at it and I'm just in awe of it's sort of, I'm not gonna say it's stupid, but it's kind of broken. And you can see why it definitely would be Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix would be the one to have to come in and take out Apocalypse. Although I will say they wasted him too soon in the movies.
Yeah, he should have spanned at least 3.
If anything, do the tease at I would have kept the tease at the end of the first one. The post credit scene. But then, very slowly, you start to learn about him in the second film. Very slowly, you build and you build. And then, by the third film, he reveals himself at the end of the second film, someone who helped them the whole way. But then, all of a sudden, he's just I am also known by another name. And then he, transforms into, his full form. He's Apocalypse. Oh, damn. I think that would have been amazing.
He could have been an Avengers level threat.
Yes.
It would have been a great villain for the Avengers to use to bring the X-Men in.
But alas.
Yeah.
We aren't getting that. But we are getting Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine one more time.
That'll be amazing.
For Deadpool. For Deadpool 3. I'm happy about that.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. I cannot wait. Anyway, let's keep going.
Look at him whiz! He's got his hands behind his back and he just doesn't give a shit.
And most impressive is his ability to siphon energy. He once absorbed Cyclops' laser with his bare hand, the same laser that can split planets.
It wasn't long before the virus incorporated technology into his molecules. With mere thoughts, he can construct fake bodies, entire robot armies, and even morph himself into a kaiju. At his peak, virtually no one stands a chance. On a bad day, Apocalypse bodied 6 of the strongest greatest X-Men in a minute.
His telepathy alone contends with Jean Grey, one of the greatest psychics in Marvel.
He's
Dark
out-muscled
Phoenix
and
Jean Grey
outpaced
too,
both
yeah.
Hulk and Thor. And we all know how crazy those two are. We're talking about heroes able to destroy the Marvel Universe. And in an alternate timeline, Apocalypse even slaughtered a Celestial with his bare hands. His bare freaking hands! Wow, way to pay him
He
back
has
for
bare
that
fists?
solid they did you, bro.
With that death seed in tow,
could.
it's hard to attribute
Yeah, yeah.
Apocalypse as anything but a
Yeah, he could turn him into Bear Fist, just like, it's like, why did you change your hands into Bear Fist, into like bear claws, like?
Because I can.
Because I fucking can. Slash.
force of nature,
Oh.
especially
Is one of your homies here?
I think no.
No.
Yes, Evan is probably here.
Okay.
One eternity later.
Sorry about that, everybody. Had a little bit of a respite in between. As in respite, I mean, homie had his band come over and jam out.
Full on band practice.
Yes, full on.
That
Just
quick.
yeah, yeah. What was 1 second for y'all was like
Couple hours.
a couple hours of jamming and all that shit. Which that's how it goes. And I gotta be honest, it's just just like hearing the rumbling through the floor. I'm just like, sounds pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and of course Asher wanted to be down here all the time. Like he was waiting at the door because he's usually down here whenever me, Jake, and Keith and Kathan are going and like jamming and all that. But then he was just like waiting at the door. He's like, "Hey, I want down there. I want to hang out down there again." It's like, dude, no, stop it. Like get back. And I understand because they don't know him because Dylan and Dickie are kind of terrified of Asher, even though Asher's
He's a good boy.
Asher's just a puppy dog.
He's a puppy.
He ain't gonna hurt nobody, man.
No.
I've never like felt his fang. He's never like bitten me hard or anything, even when we've been playing and all that. He's just a puppy dog. I mean, what
Some
can you
dogs
do?
are built that way. They're just lovers.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he is. So I guess there it is. Let's hop back into this death battle. We were learning about Apocalypse, so let's go.
seed in tow, it's hard to attribute Apocalypse as anything but a force of nature, especially when said death seed has mutated beings capable of fighting the Phoenix Force, a cosmic entity and the primal force of life. In fact, Dr. Doom claims the death seed is directly comparable to the Phoenix itself.
So much pain, so many bodies. Apocalypse is an agent of war and has the scars to back it up. And even when someone manages to take him down, so long as he's got blood, metal, and that death seed, he'll just keep coming back again and again and again.
Ball would be proud.
And again.
For what is more inevitable and more dramatic to the annihilation of humans than the apocalypse himself?
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Mint Mobile.
Yeah, we know. Mint Mobile. It's the balls. It's the tits. It's supported by Ryan Reynolds.
A ball of tits.
Death Battle. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Who you got?
Probably Apocalypse.
I'd say so too. I mean, it's hard to imagine anyone overcoming like the level of just insane like brokenness that he is.
Yeah.
Black Adam's taking on Superman. I know he's taking on Superman. I know he's taking on various entities, but like Apocalypse, I just think he sounds more. He sounds like more of a concrete like pick in my mind.
Superman's weak to magic also.
Yes, that's the other thing. But I know there's going to be people who are just like, oh, listen to these Marvel or DC, listen to these Marvel fanboys. Like, honestly, I'm not invested in either one of these characters that much. I mean, Black Adam has never been a character that I've cared that much about, and the only reason I care about him even more now is that the fact that one of my favorite pro wrestlers ever of all time is playing him, and then Apocalypse. I'm aware of Apocalypse on a level because I've witnessed the X-Men storylines, like X-Men Evolution. Although that
the animated series,
the original animated series, which Evolution was rushed. The end of Evolution was rushed. I hate the fact that they incapped it so fast. And then, of course, the animated series went through its spell of bad animation as well. And then all of a sudden, the live-action movie comes out, and Oscar Isaac did his best, but he could only do so as well as the studio would allow.
Right.
And oh boy, but I do think that Apocalypse will win this. So you and I are both casting a vote for Apocalypse. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Conduct. Apocalypse.
You're messing with the greatest mutant alive. Been a boss since the ancient times to bring down the famine war.
There you go.
Where's your general, interloper? Superhumans interlope on mutant sanctuary. Shazam!
Ooh!
Your counsel will aid you no longer. Y'all on deck, I'm about to bless you. Still get something like you. The ditch your nephew, hit you with 8 blows, and I give you a check. Run the DC and turn on that phone. Beautiful God. Your kind will learn to fear me soon enough. No, in Sabanor, you will learn to fear me.
Yeah, the Sinestro ring. The yellow lantern ring. Big evil lightning tiger.
Get the hell out of my country. I refuse to relinquish my home to you heretics. Shazam!
Oh.
Your hubris has failed you, 10th Adam. Shazam! Oh, shit.
Oh.
I never offered you a choice. Now, everything you've built will fall.
Damn.
I think we were right.
We picked right.
KO! And Sabanur sure brought the apocalypse to Kondak. And our camera, goddammit! That's gotta be like, what, $30 whole dollars? Fuck, man.
This result surprised us. For what it's worth, both Black Adam and Apocalypse displayed ludicrous levels of godlike ability.
Both of their power supplies compared to cosmic beings like the Phoenix and Super Gandalf.
Oh.
And both fought heroes.
Did you just have a little ring in your ear? Yeah, it was me. Okay, so headphones probably done.
Like
My headphones
Thor and
probably
Wonder
died.
Woman.
Right, the victor could not be deduced by strength and speed alone. Rather, it depended on how their abilities countered each other. In that regard, Apocalypse held many advantages.
For starters, he could one-up the living lightning. For almost any power Black Adam had, Apocalypse had a better version of it, and then some.
Frankly, half of Black Adam's pantheon granted him abilities that Apocalypse possessed through his mutant genes alone, notwithstanding all his other abilities from Celestial Tech, the Techno-Organic Virus, and the Death Seed.
Well, Black Black Adam did have something Apocalypse didn't. The wisdom of Sahuti, Big Brain God, could definitely clue him in on that Death Seed stuff.
And without a Death Seed, Apocalypse would not have fared nearly as well against Black Adam's strength and tenacity.
So to win, Black Adam would have needed to figure out how to destroy the Death Seed, but Apocalypse could defend against that and had way more options for his own victory.
His telepathy got the best of Jean Grey, and there's no reason Apocalypse couldn't mind read Black Adam. The courage of Mehen may have safeguarded him from mental attacks, but it never made him immune to telepathy outright.
But most importantly, Apocalypse could absorb all of Black Adam's energy powers and turn him right back around.
The living lightning may be enchanted, but it is still lightning. Its frequently displayed properties of ionized energy, thus there's no reason Apocalypse couldn't absorb it for himself. Plus, it's been shared between people many times before, and the more it's given to other hosts, the weaker the original bearer becomes. Hell, stealing the power of the living lightning is how Teth Adam became Black Adam in the first place, so Apocalypse could do the same.
By slurping up Black Adam's magic, Apocalypse grew in power while Black Adam got weaker. It was only a matter of time before Black Adam was literally helpless against the end of all things.
Black Adam may have been power incarnate, but Apocalypse's wide array of powers and specific counters to the living lightning meant he could rise to the challenge.
Teth thought he had him until Noor gave him the boot.
The winner is Apocalypse. Thank you.
So yeah, that I expected. We expected that result.
Oh yeah, brutal beatdown.
Oh yeah, and Adam had a lot of tools at his disposal, but Apocalypse, that Death Seed, man.
Nobody fights Apocalypse alone. It's always a huge group, and people get lost in the battle every time.
Every time, yeah. And there's not much else that you can do about it except for just
fight like hell.
Yeah, fight like hell and hope you make it. And
which is why, once again, I think he should have been an Avengers level threat. The X-Men and the Avengers should have had to team up to beat him.
Yes, I think so too. Because I think that would have been the perfect way. As soon as the deal went through, I think that should have been the next thing. And now we're stuck in the mire of these new phases of Marvel that I am just not feeling that much.
Yeah, She-Hulk was a big fucking misstep. Like, they could have done that and not made it part of the MCU at all.
Yeah, but...
And I think they're probably going to end up going that route with it.
Yeah, and...
making it not canon.
Maybe. I think the only thing that they're... Well, originally the Netflix shows weren't canon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole thing with Daredevil, Jessica Jones...
yeah, I think they're still not, are they?
Technically, no. But there were tie-ins to what happened in New York in 2012. You know, Avengers, the first Avengers film.
Yeah, that was tied into the shows.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then once Joss Whedon was gone, all that went away.
Yeah.
Once the Russo brothers took over, they sort of reconcentrated everything and, you know, had a clear, unified direction that they wanted to go with this.
Right.
And it turned out great.
Yeah.
What we got with Infinity War and Endgame alone is just amazing to me.
Pretty damn good.
But I would also say that it's going to be weird looking at the Avengers from here on out, because I'm still used to, because we haven't had an Avengers movie since Endgame. And what we got now is, you know, we still have Spider-Man. We still have Doctor Strange. We may have Loki. We still have Thor. We still have the Guardians for now, although they're saying that Guardians 3 is going to be sort of the wrap-up of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which don't know how that's going to play out, but I guess we'll see. And I don't know. There's just so many different things that they have that I'm just unsure about.
Yeah.
And I know that they're basically setting up all the main Avengers in the future to be female. I've seen that. It's like, you know, Tony Stark had every Isn't that weird that every single major superhero in the Avengers universe had daughters? It was like not a single son, not one, not a one child that's a son that's going to carry on the mantle of anything.
Of that version of the Avengers, people soon forget that there's different versions of the Avengers which don't have the same people at all.
Yeah.
You know, except for like Hulk, and you know, there's a few staples that will always be there. But like, fuck, man, there's so many Marvel superheroes that it doesn't even have to be those ones.
No, it doesn't. And I'm just looking at how they're setting up things. I know they're setting up Kang to be like the main adversary of the Avengers in the future, and Kang is a very worthy adversary.
Yeah.
Because overall, his like control of the multiverse and everything is second to none. But you know, it's just when you have the tools at your disposal. I mean, you got Loki, you've got Thor, you got the Guardians, you've got Spider-Man, you've got a lot to play with. But I just feel like most of the films and most of the projects that have come out of this have been so subpar.
Yeah.
Like I originally when I watched WandaVision, I liked it a lot.
I hated it.
The more I thought about it and the more I looked at it, I was just like, yeah, it's actually not that good. You know, it's like retrospect. You know, retrospectively, you know, you take yourself out of the bullshit. It's like, huh. You know, this actually doesn't add up. Neither does this. And that's kind of bullshit. Yeah, none of this really works.
Moon Knight and Spider-Man are the only things I've liked.
Moon Knight, a lot of people have said Moon Knight is probably one of the bright spots.
I've seen a lot of people shit on Moon Knight also.
I've heard varying degrees.
I've heard people pretty much shit on everything since Endgame.
And some of it I would agree with.
Even the Spider-Man movies.
No, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I've seen people shit on all that, and I'm like,
I would say no, or you know, Far From Home and No Way Home are
fucking masterpieces.
great films, especially No Way Home, dude.
It's incredible.
No Way Home is just it ties everything together so well, but
William Dafoe still in the show again, dude.
Yeah.
Him as the Green Goblin.
Although I will say this, there was some stuff at the end there. Isn't it weird that how Norman and Peter didn't really interact with each other that much?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or the Peter that was played by Tobey Maguire. And I wonder if that was because of restrictions of them filming during COVID.
I don't know.
Because the only interaction they really had was, you know, Peter, you know, Tobey Maguire stopping, you know, Tom Holland from killing Norman, and then Norman stabbing Tobey Maguire, and then that was it. That was the only. That was all what we had, and I'm just like, wait, okay, they didn't like these two characters have so much history with each other, and they don't. And I know they had the one between Norman, or not Norman, but Otto Octavius and Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. That was great.
Yeah.
That those interactions between all the other ones, but the one that counted the most, in my opinion, that's really my biggest nitpick, is that we didn't have that with Tobey Maguire and Willem Dafoe. We didn't have that. We didn't have that. It was like Norman. My whole life changed the very moment that you died, and of course. You could have have that moment with him having that sobering realization. It's just like, like Willem Dafoe having that sobering realization once he's been cured of his ailment.
Mm-hmm.
Like him and Toby have that closure moment where they look at each other and just said, Norman, like it just something there. But we didn't get that.
Yep.
That's the only thing that I will say is my biggest nitpick with No Way Home. That's my biggest gripe. But, oh well.
It is what it is.
Yes, it is, sadly.
An apocalypse fuck Black Adam up.
No doubt about it. So.
Fatality style.
Oh, well, he caved his head in with his foot and then scorched his head. Oh.
Jesus.
That's hardcore. So let's move on from here, everybody. This was Black Adam versus Apocalypse Death Battle. If you want to see more from Death Battle, click their name in the title of the video. If you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Be sure to check out They Call Me Hat Guy, this guy right here. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Chad.
Take care, everybody. Peace.